Welcome everybody to Extreme Power No Handling, and today we're dealing with the 2018 Dodge Demon. Now this has 1,123 horsepower, 1,020 pounds-feet of torque from its 6.5 litre supercharged V8 engine, and the car itself weighs 4,277 pounds. Can do 0 to 60 in 2.311 seconds, 0 to 105.319 seconds, going on to a top speed of 236 miles an hour. So yeah, this is obviously quite a modern car. Obviously, because it's from this year, and yeah, it's got a hell of a lot of power and torque, but it also weighs a fair bit, and it's also on drag tyres, so I feel they will be a big hindrance to this car overall. Though the brakes themselves are really rather good. They're actually like 6.3 braking on the ratings, but obviously the handling is below the 5.0 requirement, so that is the main thing. But yeah, it's those tyres that are probably going to prove problematic, along with the extra power. Obviously, it was an extremely powerful car when stock, but you know, it was never meant to deal with 1100 more horsepower, 1100 horsepower plus. So yeah, it may well struggle in that regard, but those brakes should hopefully help out. So yeah, let's get out there and see what it can do. So yeah, with those good brakes on it, we should hopefully be able to brake later than normal, but it all comes down to the traction on those rear wheels and how the car handles not only the rain and the puddles, but all that extra power. As you can see, somewhat struggling off the line there. Plenty of acceleration. Easily one of the fastest cars we've had on the series so far. So you know the handling is apparently 4.6, so well below 5.0, and that's evident by the fact it does have some understeer already that we've seen. Those brakes are pretty damn good, but they are struggling in terms of slowing down the amount of weight that this car has. So we may well not get the late braking that I had hoped for. Loads of understeer there. These tyres aren't really meant for a car like this to go around on a track, especially in the rain. Mainly just for going in a straight line really quick, which this car can do spectacularly, but obviously it's not going to be able to do that here. That is a solid first lap time, 1 minute 29.592. That's faster than several cars, even on their fastest lap. So that does give me hope that we can potentially challenge to the top, even though we aren't an all-wheel drive, you know, SUV or anything like that. Really squeeze those brakes. It's got a huge amount of weight and momentum to slow down. Car weighing more than 4,200 pounds, going more than 120 mile an hour is not an easy thing to stop. Especially in the rain, where braking distances are obviously increased. And obviously it's got drag tyres as well, so plenty of reasons why this car, even though it does have really good brakes, is struggling in terms of braking at times. But that is a cracking second lap time, 1 minute 25.305. But it is still some 3 seconds off the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. A little under 3 seconds, I imagine. That is also a car from 2018, so It'll be interesting to see what this car can do compared to that once we're finished. Especially considering they are completely different vehicles. Completely different things. As you can see, the tyres are wearing out now by the symbols next to the speedometer. They've gone yellow. Which is surprising considering we're in the rain. I wouldn't have thought the rain would have offered a bit more, well, a bit less friction. Evidently not. So yeah, that is going to be a problem as we continue on driving. It's not actually one that I foresaw, to be honest. Slower lap time there, 1 minute 25.780. Even though I did envisage that the tyres would be a problem, I didn't think them wearing down would be a problem. Certainly a first for this series. I'm sure they won't go into the red though. Hopefully. If they do, the limitations get very narrow. Certainly does not enjoy the follow through. Well, slightly quicker that time at 1 minute 25.077. We are still some way off from the Porsche Cayenne Turbo. This is at least putting up a decent fight for a rear-wheel drive drag car. That front right tyre's gone red. Or at least orange. Oh dear, which is clearly having an effect on its braking capabilities. Pretty much all the tyres have gone red now, or orange. I want to see the percentage that they're at. Yeah, it's over 50%. Oh dear. No traction on those front wheels really anymore. Yeah, it's struggling to turn. Well, we ain't going to beat the fastest lap time that we set on the 4th lap, but 1 minute 25.077 is still an impressive time. It goes all the way up to 4th place, beating out the Fiat 124 Spider Abarth by 0.2 of a second, and the likes of the Jeep Grand Cherokee Trackhawk, Toyota Hilux Arctic trucks, both of them both versions, the Hilux and the Land Cruiser, the Volkswagen Type 3 and the Mercedes-Benz ML 63 AMG, but it is slightly behind the Bentley Continental Supersports, Subaru Legacy B4 and the Porsche Cayenne Turbo is way ahead at 1 minute 22.977. So yeah, but that is still a pretty good time, especially considering, like I said, it is on drag tyres, and as you saw, they were losing grip and traction extremely quickly, especially considering we're in the rain. But nonetheless, you know, 4th place is not a bad showing at all for a rear-wheel drive vehicle on this series, though obviously the Fiat was also a rear-wheel drive vehicle and it has replaced that in 4th place. But considering that Fiat was, you know, a lot less powerful and a little bit better in terms of handling, maybe, I guess it's not the greatest of times if you compare it to that. but it is right slap bang in the middle of a bunch of other all-wheel drive vehicles. So it, along with the Fiat, are only rear-wheel drive vehicles in there outside of the Volkswagen Type 3. So yeah, I'm fairly impressed nonetheless, and yeah, if it didn't have those drag radial tyres on it, it wouldn't have, you know, suffered so badly from lack of traction on the last lap or so, or it may well have gone even faster. But that's just the way it is. I'm not going to start changing tyres on vehicles because that just sets a precedent for doing it with every other car, and that's the whole point of this series, just taking a car out, shoving up as much power in it as possible and changing nothing else, unless the gearbox needs changing, but outside of that, nothing else. And yeah, obviously exposed a weakness in this car. Obviously the drag radials are there for a reason, to go in a straight line as quick as possible, but when it comes to going on a track like this, they are a major hindrance the longer you go. But nonetheless, still in a solid time despite that. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.